Let's dissect the current Canadian basketball roster that's causing quite the buzz within the international scene. With players like Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, Jamal Murray, RJ Barrett, Dylan Brooks, and more, this squad is packed with talent and potential. Versatile scoring. SGA and Jamal Murray bring a dynamic scoring duo to the court. Their ability to create their own shots and score from anywhere, whether that be the mid-range to three-point territory or inside, will keep the defense guessing. This is FIBA rules. Most teams play with a zone. Defensive tenacity. Dylan Brooks and Lou Dort are known for their defensive prowess. With the addition of some exciting young talents, such as future NBA star, in my opinion, one of my favourite players in the league, Shaedon Sharpe. And then you add Andrew Wiggins in the mix, a former #1 pick, a proven all-star in this league, and an NBA champion, Benedict Mathurin, Baby D-Wade. This guy has all the tools to be an NBA star for the Indiana Pacers one day. This might be the best team that they've ever had. Stephen Curry had this to say about being the greatest point guard of all time.
Are you the best point guard ever?
Yes. It's me and Magic is the conversation. I really feel like Magic's resume is ridiculous. So the fact that we're even having that conversation, it's a place I never thought I'd be in. I'm still going. Let's see what happens.
Us Hoop fans, we know the discussion is up for two guys only. One, Steph Curry, and the other one, none other than Earvin Magic Johnson. Magic, with his 5 championships, redefined the game, and he was the first, inductory of what a point forward really was, before LeBron James. While Steph Curry, obviously he's changed the game with his modern day shooting ability, moving off the ball. He's the first unanimous MVP. So, in saying that, we're going to let you guys decide who you guys think is the greatest point guard to ever live. Magic's genius or Curry's revelation? Comment down below. Let's talk about Christian Wood. Recently, the Lakers signed Christian to a $5.4 million deal over 2 years, so that's around $2.7 million for each season. But can this propel them into championship contention? Well, Christian Wood, one of 6 players over 6'10", who shot well over 37% from 3, with company with guys like Jaren Jackson Jr. and Lauri Markkanen. But it's not only his 3-point versatility that makes him so lethal for the Lakers, it's playing next to LeBron and AD, who could use another shooter out there on the court, but also another rim protector when AD is not healthy and available to play. It stops LeBron having to play center minutes. There's literally no risk at all by signing Christian Wood to a $2.7 million deal. Prove the league why he's deserving of a big contract. Lakers the perfect pit stop. We saw it with Lonnie Walker last season, Malik Monk within the season before that. Players get paid when they play with LeBron. That's just what he does. Damian Lillard wants the Portland Trailblazers to get a co-superstar and go all in this offseason, otherwise he's gone. Dame himself just had this to say about Portland.
We can't do something significant. Not only will I have a decision to make, but I think the organization will too, because at that point it's like, are you going to go young or are we going to get something done?
Dame's made it pretty clear he isn't really willing to rebuild with these guys like Sharpe, Simons, Little. The real question is, who can they potentially go after that really makes them playoff contenders? Could look towards the direction of Bradley Beal, but does he make them contenders? Does Pascal Siakam make him contenders? And at best, even if they were hypothetically to get Jaylen Brown, does he make them contenders with Dame? So Portland have a huge decision to make. Do they rebuild and potentially end off better in the long run? Or do they do what's best for Dame? The Houston Rockets want to sign Jaylen Brown and Ime Udoka, with Steven Silas losing his head coaching position. Rockets, they're after a new coach. Atkinson, Nick Nurse, Frank Vogel, they're all in the race, but one man who could be a suitor is Ime Udoka, especially when you combine the two factors that they're after Jaylen Brown. Yes, you heard that correctly. Reportedly, according to Rockets insider and ESPN's own John Granado, it's no secret that Ime Udoka is Jaylen Brown's former coach at Boston. And with the reports that Jaylen Brown might be a little bit disgruntled as a Celtic at the moment. Now, Jaylen Brown doesn't become a free agent this upcoming offseason, but next offseason. It would have to be via trade. They do have a couple assets where they can do that. But with that being said, if Jaylen Brown is to make All-NBA this coming season, he's up for that Supermax deal, which is a 5-year, $290 million deal, and obviously, he'd have to weigh that up. The Bucks, even with the downfall of Chris Middleton, I think Giannis is we thought he reached his ceiling, but he's taken it to another level. 32, 12, and 6. I know it's not great to just look at numbers side by side, but 32, 12 and 6 compared to 25, 12 and 10. He's putting up the least amount of minutes in comparison to Nikola Jokic and Joel Embiid. Out of all three of them, he's averaging the least amount of minutes and least amount of minutes played, and they have the best record in the league. Yeah, he's given me every reason why I think he could and should win an MVP again.
What is going on, Benchmark family? Welcome back to the channel. Today we have a very special guest and a very special episode. It's the first time we do have a guest on our channel. He was a three-time Parade All-American selection in 1994 to 96. He was a McDonald's All-American in 1996. Mr. Illinois basketball in the same year. Finished his high school career with the third most points in Chicago Public League history with 2,619. He's none other than Chicago basketball legend, the man, the myth, Ronnie Fields. How you doing tonight, Ronnie?
Hey guys, how y'all doing? Thanks for inviting me on.
So we'll get right into it. So you obviously grew up 20 minutes from the United Center in the west side of Chicago. Tell us how that was growing up in Chicago and a little bit about your family upbringing.
You know, growing up in Chicago, especially like, you know, around that time between the 80s and the 90s where basketball was at its highest peak.
Is arguably the greatest player to ever play the game of basketball. But what if I told you there was a man who could have made a case to reach that pinnacle and become a genuine rival to Michael Jordan and the Bulls dynasty of the 90s? That man was none other than Len Bias, and this is his story.
Len Bias, the Maryland University basketball star on his way to becoming a world champion Boston Celtic, died of an apparent heart attack today at Leland Memorial Hospital in Prince George's County.
Coach Auerbach, well, the manager Auerbach, and he told me that I wasn't going to get much. I wasn't going to stop, but I was going to get a lot of playing time. About to be the sixth man.
When it all came down, were you really hoping that it could have been Boston in the end?
Yeah, I really was hoping that it was Boston, and my dream came true.
Leonard Kevin Bias, or Len as he came to be known, was born on November 17th.
I think that you're going to win at least 2 or 3 championships here, okay? And if you don't, but I see you playing the way you should play, I'll share one of mine with you. This is a genuine friendship thing I'm talking about. But if you play the way you play and you dedicate yourself to doing it, they will come.
I got my own, man. Thank you for everything, man. Thank you for everything, man. Thank you. I hope we made you proud, man. You did. Thank you for everything.
You have no idea how proud I am of you.
Rumor has it, the story where Kobe was playing against the 76ers, and Andre Iguodala had done a great job on him, held him to like 7 for 20 shoot. So he literally went, when they went back to Philadelphia, he had that date marked on his calendar.
So he came to the locker room, and he was like, where's Dre? And I was on the court working out. So I come out to the locker room, and Lou Williams was like, yo, Dre, Kobe said 50 tonight. I'm like, I'm always ready to play against Kobe, so I'm like, okay, this will be a good matchup. Excited about it. So 6 minutes to go in the fourth quarter. He has 49, and they're up by like 20, and he gets subbed out. So he got 49 with 6 minutes to go. The game was over. So that was an interesting night. I actually went back and I tracked that game. He made like 3 threes from like where it says Staple on the side of the court. He made like 3 threes from like the P in Staples, which was like far. So yeah, and then we got a lot of pick and roll action. I'll never forget that game.
We are underway. Game 3 in Oakland.
The game against C. Webb and those guys was just revenge.
That was Coach, don't let Byron Houston check the check. Like, no, he's strong.
He's 6'1". Don't let him check Big Chuck. No, and I remember I went to the bench.
And I'm talking to Don Nelson. I said, Don,
I got like 10 points in the first 3-4 minutes of the game. He says, we're not gonna double you.
You're not gonna double me? He says, nope. Because I had a triple-double. So I had a triple-double game one, I had about 8 assists in game 2. So Nelly says, we're not gonna double you tonight. I says, you're not?
Back to Barkley. Fake the three. Wants to shoot it again. Got it.
So I scored like
27 points. Did not miss a shot. 11 for 11. 3 3-pointers.
So I run over again. I said, let me ask you, you're not gonna double me. He says, you can get as many as you want. I said, okay.